Welcome to the Dating Unsettled show where we dare to date differently. I am joined by the one, the only Ikechuku Ikena Ike. What is your full Ike name?
What is your full Ike name?
What's your full Ike name?
I love that you dropped the whole Ikechuku. Like you didn't even ask if I was ready for that. If I was ready to give him that, you just said Ikechuku Iken the Emperor. Yeah.
Igwe. Yeah.
My name is Ikechuku Odimegu, finally.
Oh, Ikechuku is
But
beautiful.
Ike Slimster is safe,
Ike
gets me
Slimster
with
is very
TSA.
brand safe. Yeah.
Yeah.
We like to stay away from your government. But
You know
thank you
what I'm
for
saying?
joining me thank you. Is
No,
this the
thank
first
you.
time you and I are like talking live?
Yes.
It
We
feels
met. Like
ooh.
I stand your content and then now I met you on via a show, which is a
Yeah.
dream come true. It's like, it's a big moment
It's
for me.
it's, like, way more, like, formal and stuffy of, like, a setting than I would've liked, but at least we're on the Dating Unsettled show where everybody can
You know
be
what I
silly and
mean?
fun
It's,
in
yeah,
themselves. Yeah,
it's
I
not far
like it.
off.
That's good. You said because 'cause you're tall?
No, I said it's not far.
Oh, I was like, "Not this nigga bringing up height again." I feel like every other word that comes out of your mouth is something, like, height related.
I learned about the percentages of tall men, and I realized I said, hey, well, rare breed. I don't know. It's brag worthy.
Yeah, are you one of the rare breed? Uh-oh. Okay, well, we'll
Um,
skip that question. No, we'll skip it. It's fine.
yeah,
It's
let's skip
fine,
it. Let's skip it.
medium-sized king. You don't have to expose yourself on this podcast. Not on my account. I know that you're into fashion and art, so I
Yeah.
wore white boots for you. Just for you, man.
Oh, love it.
I was in sneakers before, and I was like, "You know what? This is Ike. Ike is a man of fashion, of
You
this."
know what I'm saying? But I said the
Yeah.
tone. You
I've seen
know?
you dress like, maybe is it Nana? Or one of your friends that
Mm-hmm.
you
It
did, like,
was Nana. It
outfits.
was Nana.
You dress Nana, and I was like, "Look at this man. He has fashion, he has skills, he
I
has."
dressed up for business. You see what I'm saying?
You dressed up for business, but yeah,
Exactly.
we're here for pure pleasure, like full send silliness. Ike, you're like a hot item now online. You and I have been producing these dating comedy videos. I feel like kind of in similar swim lanes for a long time, but I be in
Definitely.
your comments sometimes because they're really funny, like people's reactions to your stuff.
Yeah.
People want you. Let's let's start there. How do you react to and take all of this internet attention in when you're consistently talking about dating?
It's chaotic. It's chaotic. It's messy. It's just like constantly on your toes. It's not. It's like at first it's like fun because you're like who doesn't want it's fun. It's nice to be wanted, right?
Yeah.
Because you're like you're desired and it's like oh my god, those people want me. I got options. You know what I'm
I
saying?
got
I
options.
got
All I
options. But
care
then
about is
eventually
money.
it's like yo
Yeah.
these options is a little loony. It's a little.
Uh-oh. Not loony. Okay. The first thing I want to get to know from you, because we got a lot to cover, is do you want to be the funny one in a relationship?
No.
You want someone that's funnier than you.
Yes.
Tell me why.
Because I don't want um to be seen as always flirting. You know how funny can always be misconstrued as flirting?
Yeah.
Like as a guy, if you're already deemed attractive, if everyone's laughing a little too hard at you, now it's like girl, like that's my man. And it's like and it's like and then you gotta explain to her like, no, babe, I'm just funny. Like it's not
I'm
even
just funny.
like it's
I
not
don't even be planning this. Like
yeah,
it's
like
just
and she's like,
casual. Yeah.
no, everywhere we go, you just want to be funny. What's that?
Mhm.
You know?
So, do you okay, you know how people be like, "I want a Will and Jada type relationship," right? And then
Mm,
other p
mm,
not your eyes immediately shooting for this guy. Okay,
mm.
so other people be like, "I want this, like, high profile relationship," and then some folks are like, "I want to be super low key." Where do you kind of imagine you and current or future boo
Um,
falling?
I believe in human beings are flawed, so do not consider yourself ever a standard. Just be chilling.
Okay.
Whatever you got, just do your thing.
Yeah.
And just figure it out between you and your person, but do not. I don't believe in said. I like if that was to ever happen, I would be. shook. I would be scared out of my mind. Like
You'd be
just
scared if like she gets with you and she looks at you and she goes like, "I want that Jada and that Will love." Like you'd be
yeah,
on the
no, like
Unsettled.
yeah, because that's a little creepy. Because the Jada and the Will Love is like it's like we have problems, but we're fine. We're fine. You know,
We're
it's like
in this marriage. Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
like this is the red table. Tell me everything. Like you know, it's a little
It's
you know.
hard for me to like listen to you talk about dating, like even as I'm listening to you right now, because you're so silly that I'm like, I don't know if I trust anything coming out of his mouth, to be honest.
No, you can trust me. You can trust me here. I'm
Like,
being
I
a hundred
love that
percent.
you're being Ike as himself,
Yes, I am being Ike as himself right now.
not Ike
Yes.
in character.
No, not Ike in character. This is exactly how Ike feels.
I love this. Okay, has being funny ever gotten you into a tricky or sticky situation when it comes to dating? Like, you ever joked a joke too far?
Um,
Little jokey joke.
yeah, yeah, definitely. Actually, it started pretty early. Actually, very
Oh my
very early.
god.
Hmm.
When did you start dating?
So
What do you mean early?
pretty early. So like, let's say like, so I'm fresh off the boat. Senior
Into
year
the
of high school.
country.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, the country.
Just so
Senior
for
year of
people
high
that don't know
school.
what that means. I didn't
Um,
actually leave a
I
boat.
really hope this girl never sees it. I'll never forget her because like this was like one of my first like one of my first crushes, and she was a plus size. You know, that's what that's politically correct term right now. So I say chunky, right? And I didn't know what the like like the proper way to like to joke when someone is sensitive about weight, right?
Yeah, because in Nigeria,
So
people talk all the
that's
time.
what
They'll
I'm
be like, "You're getting
saying.
fat." Yeah, it's just very
Yeah,
normal. Yeah.
baby, stop now. You eat too much, bro. Like
You
what's
so much. Your
uh-uh.
pant is not even fitting. You're like, wait a minute.
Exactly. You know, like
This
your fat is not
observation
even
is getting a
fat
little.
enough for me.
Yeah.
Like your fat
Yeah.
is weak. Like, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm on the phone
We're
with
so
her.
rude. Wait.
I
What?
didn't even because I wasn't thinking like that. I was thinking like, yo,
Yeah.
like, you know, like I got your number. Now we're talking every other night. So I figure,
Sure.
I'm 5 steps ahead. I'm way ahead sensitive jokes, right?
Yeah.
So I say to her, she's like, yo, I'm hungry. And I'm like, and she says it like maybe like the fourth or fifth time on a call. And me being very Nigerian, I said, yeah, yeah,
I'm afraid. You see me like,
you know,
what are you gonna say?
I said, "Wh- why do you need to, I said, why do you need more food? Like, you need more food. And she's like, wait, what do you mean by that? And I said,
No, 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 no. You didn't explain it. No, no, no.
I said, no, I was just saying because she was like, nah, what were you trying to say? And
Hey.
before I could go anywhere, the call had ended.
You
And
got hit with that boop, boop, boop.
yeah,
Ike, that's mean. That's
I
really
spent the
bad.
next week sending love letters and
Oh, you
and then
tried to redeem yourself.
yeah, and she stopped me in the hallway right before class and checked me to my name. Said,
Class. Oh, this started
yeah,
really early. We're still
yeah.
getting
She said,
educated. Okay.
don't leave notes in my locker ever again.
Oh my god. That's
Hmm.
unsettling.
Hmm.
I mean, you kind of deserve that.
I didn't argue with her. I said, I'm sorry. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry. I
Well,
I went back. I told my friends. I said, yeah, I definitely pissed her off.
mm,
Yeah.
that's vulnerable of you, though. I appreciate
No, no,
it.
it happened. You know, it was one of those moments in my life where I was like, damn, jokes really don't always,
Jokes can really ruin people's self-esteem and create
yeah, it can
traumatic
really
memories and
ruin,
make them not want to
um,
interact with me. Yeah.
but there were many more lessons after that, which is funny because I still didn't learn. It still kept getting bad. Like, it
I
kept
love
getting
more
worse.
lessons. Give us the lessons.
No, some of them were too much.
Are they? They're a
You're
lot.
gonna get me canceled this early? Nah, is it? We
No,
just
I
got
don't want
here.
you. Okay, the point of Unsettled is not to get you canceled, but I think, like, honestly, a lot of people like to project the best things about themselves, the goals, the things that they want. Like, nobody's talking about what they don't want in a human way. They're doing it in a very just like, don't give me no girl that's da da da. If she da da da, she gotta go. Like, it's so dismissive. So I like when we can like reflect on like, hey, tried this, did this, was this,
Didn't
wasn't for
work.
me, didn't serve, didn't benefit me. Have you
Exactly.
learned any do's or don'ts of dating?
Oh, don't.
Don't.
As far as
Don't.
don't is like,
Dun, dun, dun,
as far as
dun.
don'ts, it's like, if you see
Don't.
something that you just can't work around, like let's say this person's a stickler for like scheduling and
Okay. That
organizing,
was
right?
oddly specific. There's a
No,
sticker for scheduling. Are
no,
you just dumb?
'cause I have to use that because that's like the most. I think that's the most consistent. So
Okay.
if the person is has that nature when it comes to life, and they say they're that way, don't
Yeah.
think this is some opposites attract
Yes.
moment,
Yeah.
right? Like,
He's gonna bring it out of me.
you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if
No.
you think it's that, I think you should probably explain to them that because that's actually where I'm at now.
Yes.
More so where I'm more like, hey, like
Yeah.
this is spicy,
This
right?
is
But it's only spicy because of the impending conflict.
because of the conflict.
Right. So
You
let's get
self, we
hmm
couldn't
And
even schedule shower. You should
that's what
not
I'm
be.
saying. You know?
You should not be with someone who's
Yeah.
schedule.
Or someone who's just
I
kind of
like
like,
it.
yo, stick
I
to
like
the
the Evo ability to take three things and just say the schedule, like
schedule, schedule, and then
make it
put
a
more
thing.
emphasis. Scheduling.
Yeah, that's like
Schedule.
there's something you just pointed out, which I think is actually somewhat unsettling and important, which is like we can find chemistry, we can
Mhm.
find sparks in the conflict and in the
Mhm.
misalignment, and then we get addicted to this almost like competitive nature or
Yeah.
spirit when we
And it's
should
not
be in a
real.
yeah, we should be in a flow. We should be feeling like we're actually mad comfortable with our best friend. Instead, it's like, he said, I can't calm down. I'll show him I can calm down. Like, I was just
You
talking
know what I'm
about that.
saying?
Like,
And
yeah,
now you're laid up watching indie movies that you're bored out your mind of because
yeah.
you're lied about being into this. Like, come on, don't do that.
Yeah, now you laid up angry because you said that
You know
you
what I'm
watched
saying?
Wes Anderson. Yeah.
Right. The Wes Anderson reference is like,
Sorry, Wes. Okay, how do you know that you are compatible with someone? I wanna get your wisdom. I know you like to joke or lie, you make a little jokey jokes. How do you know that you've actually found that moment as a man? As a man,
um,
how do you know that you found that moment where you're like, "Oh, I'm compatible with this person."
it's actually not as loud as most people think. It's the
Hmm.
silence. When the silence is bearable, the silence has to be bearable. Once the silence is bearable, that's compatibility. I feel like where the silence is where real connection exists, right? Because it's like, it's basically Wi-Fi at this point. It's like I'm
Wi-Fi?
not asking what do you like to do? What's your favorite color? What's your
Yeah.
go-to on Friday nights? So, I don't at this point now it's like, hey, like what if I don't have anything to do on a Friday night, right? Are you good with
Yes.
that? And it's like, yeah, I'm good with that. Are you good with that? Yeah, I'm good with
Yeah.
that.
Are you
Oh my
cool
God,
if we
which
do
is good.
if are
You
you cool
know?
if we do absolutely nothing together? And is
You know
my
what I'm saying?
nothingness compatible with your nothingness? Together,
Boom.
if we
It
put our
becomes a
nothingnesses
seamless flow.
together, yeah. This
Because
becomes
doing a lot can be kind of like because distracting because you go to the movies or you're going on a day or you're planning when you're doing all those things there is no time to know what would happen when those things aren't being done
that's
if you can because when you stop those things person might just look at you and be like are we outgrowing
end the episode right here. No, don't it's not over. Don't leave. No, but that's what I'm talking about. I've been telling people like we get really busy and consumed with the activities and activity dates are like super fun, but
yeah
you're not learning the other person as much as like an intentional activity. Like we talked about things where somebody might be forced to like react to an unknown situation. You know what I'm saying? That's what we get. I'm like, yeah, give me a little spontaneity, a little bit of discovery, a little bit. So
Mhm.
that's a do for you and that's a yes for you is me
yeah
knowing I can be in complete silence with this person. I don't got to
yeah
say nothing. You don't got to feel it. I'll say vulnerably, I did find myself in a position where I was dating somebody that I felt, I guess, spiritually unsafe with.
this is different because from a Nigerian perspective, this is like so spiritually they disrupted your security.
They disrupted my
That's what
no.
I'm saying. Your security was attacked spiritually.
I felt it's not even so much that he attacked. He said things that disarmed me because he was super blunt. You know those super blunt
Mhm,
types. You know them.
mhm. That are
But
exciting when you first meet
yeah.
them, though. It's
Oh,
super
so
exciting. Super
spicy. You're
exciting.
just like,
Yeah,
yeah, give it to me straight. I love the reality. Yeah, ground me, king.
and then
Yeah,
and then
no.
eventually it becomes Ricky Gervais.
Yeah, and then he's like, you talk a lot, and you're like, okay, I'll go to therapy. Yeah, I'll just go sit in this corner. No, so this situation was like Um, One, he was tall, so
Mhm.
let's just put that out there.
Six months.
Uh, it's important to know, and the girls who know will know. No, but he was tall. It's funny because he was quote unquote like no more accomplished than I was. Like we're both doing great, but it was just a
Mhm.
matter of feeling like I didn't fully know where I was with him. And that
Yeah.
made me start to act out. And that was super unsettling because I do pride myself on my honesty and my vulnerability. Like if I'm in a dating situation, I'm coming into it or I've been in it for years. I want you to get me like at all times.
Yeah.
I'm not putting on a show for you. I'm not putting on a front for you. I'm not even trying to impress you. I'm just being myself. I'm
Yeah.
not flexing. I'm not trying to compete. I just want to be me. But with him, there was something in the uncertainty of not knowing where I stood and
Yeah.
something about just really wanting it, honestly. Like when I want deeply. And I wanted that
Well,
to
what is
happen.
your sign, if you don't mind me asking, Joy?
Oh no, not what a
Let
can we end
I want to do a
this?
full
Can
read.
we go? Can I leave? I
Like,
don't
you cannot escape. Producers, let's keep it rolling.
the producers are listening and they're still rolling and they're smiling, but they're probably ew. Are all of you in cahoots? Is this are you
Yeah.
sign people? Ike, you're a sign guy? You make a lot of fun of like Scorpio say this, Virgo say that, but I thought that was just you making fun of
Oh
it.
no, I am totally a sign guy. I am 100% a sign guy because I don't think I
I've
think
been
it was
settling.
actually when I had like I mean I went after it just curious, right? Because I went after it in doubt. Classic Nigerian. I was like, this astrology thing. It's
Yeah, what's
like
Nigerians
this
have a
is-
way of stumbling into stuff, like
but
acting hella
yeah,
like paranoid, like we don't want to take
and
part in
that's
it.
how
What
that's how
is
we
this?
discover.
What is this sign astronomicalology stuff?
Exactly.
It's not
I
even. Is
was,
this witchcraft? And then we're like really dismissive, but secretly it's like there's nothing we want to do more than find out what that thing is.
and when I found out,
We're not serious people. We're straight people. Yeah, go ahead.
and when I found out, it added up. Like this is the thing. It was like I was like, oh my god, I see the patterns. Like it's really syncing up. Like these are reoccurring traits. And then
Okay.
at the same time, you can also see when someone is repressing those traits.
I'm
So
trying to
hey,
listen to you and learn and just, I'm going to accept it as your reality. Here's the thing. I don't think I disbelieve in it. I think I'm
mhm.
tired and I feel like I already went to school and then I went to school and I feel like it's just
Wait,
more
why are you
information.
tired of it?
No, I'm tired of I was about to say something that's like really vulnerable and unsettling. I was literally going to
Uh,
scream, "I'm tired of learning." Like
oh.
Like, I'm
I mean, I
tired of
get it.
feeling like I'm in a position where every single day there's, like, something new to learn, and I can't just, like, do and be. I wanna just, like, go with my skills
Oh no,
and
of course,
flow.
no, you can. You can.
You can't.
Astrology is
It's
not. I don't think astrology is supposed to be for you to like every day you check. There are people who do that. I don't. That's not how invested I am in it.
See,
It's
but
more
it's not
so.
even the basics, Ike. The fact that you know what a Virgo is and what a Cancer
Yeah,
is, I don't know that, but that means there's more storage RAM space free in my brain to, like, I don't know, learn how to light a fire or something that could save my
learn how to light a fire. Really? That's the one you chose. That's
Yeah.
the one where zodiacs were going to like just take up space. Light a
Ike,
fire is like 2 MB
Ike,
of your memory.
if a car falls off of a side of a bridge into water and you're drowning,
Mhm.
do you know how to get out of the car?
Yes, actually.
You do.
Amazing Spider-Man 1. I definitely watched that movie enough times.
Cut the cameras.
I watched that movie enough times, and eventually I came up with a plan to save Spider-Man and a kid.
Ike,
The point
if
is,
you
what?
if you were kidnapped and put in the back of a car, do you know how to get out?
The God that I serve, Joy, see
Okay,
eh,
so now we're talking about Jesus. So you don't know how to get out of the back of a car you were kidnapped into. But what month is it Aries?
uh, I think it's March.
Okay.
I think it's
That tells me
March.
what I need to know about
Uh,
that. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, I want to talk to you.
uh,
I want to I want to talk to you about your online presence.
yes.
You
Ooh,
have a very colorful online presence. To put it
thank you.
simply, you have okay, well one is like this is like real like real praise. I'm not being silly, whatever. But like, you've got Slimster, you've got your art, you've got. Is there a separate account for fashion, or was I just
Yeah, yeah,
imagining
yeah,
things? Yeah.
yeah.
So it's like I feel like you are a multi hyphenate. It's one of
Multi
those words that makes
hyphenate.
me want to. Yeah,
Multi
multi hyphenate.
Multi
No,
hyphenate.
yeah, you're a multi hyphenate, and I think that that's super impressive. But on your main account, Ike Slimster, you said a couple things, and I've written them down here. Um, these are titles of various videos. The first one, I will not choke you. The next one, you are ugly without a filter. As well as titles like stop asking men for nudes. So there's a lot to unpack, rewrap, and
Mhm,
saran wrap there. Do you feel
mhm.
judged at all by having things like that on your Instagram when it comes to dating?
No, no, because also like, come on, like a huge chunk of it is comedy. There's a huge chunk of reality in there as well, but a huge chunk of it is comedy. So it's like, no one is that firmly. What am I, an actual Igbo uncle? It's not. No,
You're
it's
not
I'm evolving to that. That's my last Pokemon level.
good. You watching
Um,
CNN every night and ignoring your children?
I'm getting there. Sometimes I stop now and I'm like, not too long. If I spend a little more time,
You're watching
I,
Anderson and you're like, this is fine. But then the second Fareed Zakari and GPS come on, you're like, whoa, not too far.
I'm
Yeah.
saying just real quick. I'm like, because I'm so close to just going like, Chibbles are
Mhm.
hand me the remote, just calling out for some,
You're just one syllable away from.
you know?
Do you find yourself saying things like, I miss Anthony Bourdain? Then you might be an Igbo uncle in training. Okay. But so no one's really judging you.
Oh my
Like you've
God, I
never found
do.
yourself,
I actually
you've
do.
never, you do. And I miss him too. May he rest. You've never found yourself in a position where you're like, hey, nice to meet you. My name's Ike. And she's like, oh, like that's never happened to you?
No, actually. So social media, like, infamy, should I say, is funny, right?
Mm.
Because what happens is it just triggers people to either want to challenge you or
Mm.
want to prove you wrong.
Ooh, are you one of
Yeah.
those people that makes women mad and you enjoy the reaction, like a sadistic, like little freak? Is that you? Uh-oh, the silence
Okay.
told me it's in the silence.
Okay. I enjoy a little bit of the mischief, but
Yeah.
I enjoy the mischief. But the only sick part is when you have people who come after you just to topple that. Because then you're not even sure if you're meeting a person. You're just meeting a whole like android like
Yeah.
built to destroy you.
Sometimes I feel like you have a lot of time on your hands, Ike. Is that true?
I have a lot of time in here. A lot of
You have
time
a lot of
spent
time.
thinking about
You have a lot of like red
nonsense.
pill time looking at yourself, being like, look, listen.
It's not even. I won't even say. I think it's more watching people.
You have it's something about your online presence, and people have given me this feedback before, but I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my God, this is true. Just seeing your face
Hmm.
immediately sends me into like a fit of laughter because it's like I promise you, I'm trying to take you very seriously. And I do.
Yes.
But I
Yes.
also associate it with like all the things you said before. When I stop the floodgates of like what I'm currently hearing, and I remember something about like breasts. I'm like, oh,
See that? No, that one's true.
that
If
one
there's
was
any,
funny.
every
Okay,
breast related content was true. Thank you.
is signed Ike of the Breast Corporation. Is humor a deal breaker? If they are not funny, are
Yes.
you?
Yeah.
Oh,
Of course.
do you think
What?
that funny is something that can be taught or trained?
No.
Would you date someone who is funny to literally everyone in your life, but not you? Like to the point where you go out with them, the waiter's like, have a nice day. And they're like, have a nice life. And like everyone starts laughing and you're like, that wasn't funny. But like everyone loves it. Like they clap you on the back and they're like,
No,
Ike, your girl's so funny.
that's terrible. That's sick. What is that?
But you're the
That's
only
like,
one. You're just out.
no,
Yeah.
my girl
No?
might be a supervillain. What? That sounds like the Joker. Like, what?
Okay.
Is there laugh gas in here? Why is everybody laugh? Come on,
I
let's
was
stop.
just checking. That would freak me out.
Yeah, that's a little sick.
Okay. How do you deal with rejection? Because we've been talking about you getting a lot of love, you feeling like, you're
Mm,
at the top of your game with people loving you and whatnot. How do you deal with those moments where you shoot your little Slimster shot,
yo,
slither
Slim.
on, slither under your Slimster door, which is kitty ass? How do
Yo,
you how do you deal with the rejection?
Um, because I can be very calculated, so I rarely deal with rejection. That's the best way to describe it. I
Excuse
don't put
me?
myself in situations that I know that I'm gonna lose. Like it's not, like a read the room type of
I'm
thing.
scared. Okay. Keep going. How
Yeah,
do you
it's
do
like,
this? Because I think if that's the case and you're not facing a lot of rejection, there's probably a lot of people like, dang, I want to get like you. Like, can you tell us about those calculations? What is going into your thinking when you're like, I'm gonna walk in a way that I just don't lose? What are you
yo,
thinking?
you read the as in like, read the room, like read the conflicts. Like I'm a 1 2 3 like dialogue type of person.
What is
One
that?
two,
I'm on
as in
Sesame
like,
Street.
as in no, straight to the point.
1, 2, 3.
You miss you miss a couple of jokes or a little bit of sarcasm here and there. It's like, whoop, yeah. Why am I here? Why am I doing this? Like, where are we about to go from here?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like for me, I'm like, okay, just call it good. Or if you feel this person attack anything that you hold to a serious conviction
Yeah,
in your
that you
life,
like hold near and dear to you.
yeah, like it just as a quick jab, and it's kind of like, yeah, where are we? What are we about to like make this like a lifetime worth of? No, it's
Right.
like, come on. So you
Yeah.
just or the simplest one I have is people have Instagram is a great portfolio these days. Like if you were gonna shoot your shot, you just go through the person's page and you can get an idea, a full idea of who they are.
I
You
don't think
know?
it's a bad idea. So when you're searching through somebody's Instagram, what are you kind of finding that's making you as a shooter go, "Okay, cool. I'm noting this." Like, what are you looking for? Put us
Oh,
there. Take us there.
captions. Like, how defensive are you about your choices, right? Like how hard, like
Mm.
because
You want to
the thing is, if
provoke.
you're
Okay.
no, not auto provoke. It's more so if you're too defensive, then it's like, damn, what are you doing? Like
Wait, tell me
how are
more. What do you
you
mean?
like if you're constantly talking about your enemies, your haters, who's checking for you, not checking for you. You know what I'm saying? Like now I'm a little scared because eventually it's gonna be me that's not checking for I'm gonna be
Right.
the
Yeah,
enemy.
they didn't want us to win. Da da da. We
Yeah, you
down.
know
Blah
what I'm
blah. Got
saying?
out the
So it's
mud.
like
Yeah,
that's a
it's people
very
who
terrifying place.
perpetually seem like they're in a dark place and like they are
Right.
fighting demons. Yeah.
Like, are you having a good time because you keep talking about your ex?
Hey.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's because the ex is
Those type
still
of people.
watching, right? Yeah, that's great. Okay. Are you on the dating apps?
No, that's whoa.
I was ready for an answer like that because someone like you, the type of humor you deliver is very much of the apps, like mine. But I was like, something wouldn't surprise me if Ike says he's not on the apps. Have you tried them
No,
before?
no. I have tried them before.
Okay.
But I stopped at the form. I filled out the Hinge form. I
Okay.
think, but then the form got so personal, and I was like,
Wait,
no.
like what's too personal, babes?
The
What's too
form was
personal?
like the form was asking very very like when it got to the thing where leave a little that little box pop section, the little leave a little voice note,
Yeah. Oh, like
and
well, but
then
it's optional, right? Or you must leave a voice note.
I think it was optional, but it was more
Yeah.
so I was just like, this is a lot of audition. Like this is just so much auditioning. It's just so inorganic. Like I could be anything, I want to be on here.
Yeah. But
And it's kind of like,
I
why?
can be anything I want. I have limitless possibilities, so I hate it. I'm gonna close it. So there's a disconnect. Wait, what do you mean?
So in this point, I'm like, if I can be anything I want to be, why is anybody what they really are? Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh, I don't believe anything to be true because people can just write anything. And do
Yeah.
you
So
feel that way
right
about all the apps?
now, for the most part, I think apps people can shape themselves to be whatever they want to be on there.
Well, that's unsettling. This is bringing us
Wow.
to a very yeah, this is bringing us to a very perplexing ending of our meeting. Thank you
Yeah,
for joining the Dating Unsettling podcast.
no
Dating
problem.
Unsettling. See, you got me messing up the title. I definitely am leaving this
Dating
interview
unsettling.
and this conversation feeling more
What?
unsettled
Yeah,
and
I feel like you have more questions
I
than you
have
came in
way
with.
more questions. But do you know the good news? You want to know the
What?
good news? We can take these into the fan base app. So we get to break out and just have a
Oh,
little kiki, just you and me. Yep. We're going to do
okay,
it
okay, okay.
inside
Let's
fan
do it.
base. Yep. Where nobody else can reach it or touch it. So thank you all so much for supporting Dating Unsettled. Please follow Ike Slimster or Art by Slimster and
Let's
support
talk about some
Ike.
stuff.
Support
Let's talk
Nigerian
about
funny people. We will see you inside fan base and keep being funny. See you next week.